Hello again, my friend.
What are you tripping over?
I want to manifest a mobile home. And where I trip over things is sometimes the momentum of so many wonderful manifestations are rolling in, and I get scared.
So let's point at what you want and why you want it. Let's point at what you want and why you want it.
Oh, I'd like to sell my current home. I'd probably be selling that tomorrow.
That's a different subject.
And I want to get a mobile home so I can travel the country. I want to visit friends. I want to see things. I want to explore. I find a great deal of satisfaction being on a road.
You can do all of those with or without a mobile home. So describe to us why you want a mobile home.
Adventure.
Newness every day.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's Esther's favorite part of it, was getting up, pulling in all the hoses and wires and everything, and pulling whatever parts need to be in, and stowing everything nice and so it wouldn't rattle around while we were moving down the road, and then pulling out onto the highway, and that feeling of exhilaration of a whole new day unfolding, and not knowing what the details of it were, but expecting it to be fantastic. You don't need to be traveling down the highway to feel like that, but that's a good way to do it. So that's a strong point, isn't it? That's a strong pointing.
Yes.
So what else?
Oh, and it'll give me the opportunity. I like hang gliding, like gliding on a plane, just floating on air. And I'd like to try that in various places throughout the country.
So all of that is possible without a mobile home, but that's
Okay.
all right. So you're wise enough, because you've been sitting here long enough, not just today, but beyond, to know that we're going to climb your tree if you get talking about what you don't want. But will you accept from us that somewhere stuck in your vibrational craw is a feeling that you have to justify the mobile home, feeling that you have to justify it in some way? Can you explain to us that that is not the case? What we're wanting you, all of you, to really hear is that if you say you want something and you've said it, and if you mean it and you mean it, and if you're pointing at it and you are, then it comes quickly and easily. And if it isn't coming quickly and easily, it's because you're pointing at that and at that. So what we're asking you is, are you aware of what thoughts are steady that are pointing in opposition?
Yeah.
You're aware of them?
Yes.
So cut it out. You want to give us one of them?
Shame. Shame would keep me from pursuing things that I would desire.
Shame because getting what you want sets you apart from most of the world who isn't getting what they want?
Yeah, I got punished a lot because things came easy very early on in my life. So because it came easy for me, I felt shame that it didn't come easy for you.
So can you hear the conversation that we've had, especially the last 20 minutes, when we were really wanting you to hear that you're not the only blessed one, so your shame is ridiculous. You're not the only blessed one. You're not the only blessed one.
I know.
Everyone is blessed and allowing to whatever degree that they're allowing, but how does shame fit into that? Give us your logic. You can't, because there's no logic to it. If everyone is the recipient of the gaze of this source energy, and everyone has been sifting and sorting and deciding what they want, and everyone has an inner being who knows what they want and has gathered all the cooperative components through focus, so everybody is perched or ready to be the manifester of everything that they want, why would you ever feel uncomfortable about getting something that's a perfect logical unfolding for the way the entire universe is set up? So instead of shame, you might feel, well, that's normal. Well, that's normal. Well, that's normal. Really, it is so much simpler than apparently anything that we've ever written or anything that we've ever said. So let's see if we can break it down into something that is really easy to demonstrate. If it is true, and it is, that you've already created what you're talking about here, and so now it's just a matter of adjusting your vibration to let it in. And the way you adjust your vibration to let something in that you want is by pointing at that thing you want and describing it in as many ways that feel good as you can. And anything less than that is working against yourself. Now, why that feels hard to you is irrelevant. You're right, someone said it today more than once, it's out of habit that you do that. But you never, ever, 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 ever do that thing you do out of habit that you don't know that you're doing it. We know that for sure now. And that thing that you're calling shame is the feeling that you get when you defy your own power. It doesn't matter what the negative emotion is that you are using as the label. When you are not in alignment with your inner being, you don't feel so good. And then you superimpose all kinds of reasons for it, and you're assigning things to it that just aren't the reason for it. Nothing that happened before is the reason that you're feeling anything that you're feeling now. The reason that you're feeling anything now, start again, Esther. The reason that you're feeling what you're feeling right now is because there's something that you want that you're either pointing at so you feel good, or you're pointing in opposition so you don't feel good. That is it. We don't have to talk about past lives. You don't have to be brought back from the brink of anything. It doesn't take all the dialogue that we seem to think that we need to offer in these gatherings. It's just think about what you want and trust that you're worthy of receiving it. And how are you going to know that you're worthy of receiving it if you don't let yourself receive some of what you're wanting? And you can't tell us that you're not getting plenty of what you want. So did you just want sympathy? We don't think so. Did you want clarification? Maybe, but we think you already know this stuff. So why do you need to know it in front of other people? Why does anybody need to know anything in front of any? Just go get a frickin' motorhome. Just go get one. Just go get one and drive down the road in it. And if you can't afford the one you want, get the one that you can afford. And then you'll want one, and then you'll want one, and then you'll want one, and then you'll want one. And pretty soon you'll be driving a monster bus, 45 feet long, Rockstar, Prevost bus, and you won't be any happier in it than you were in the first one that you had, because it was about the adventure, not about the vehicle anyway. It's about getting out there and meeting the world where it is. That's what you're wanting. That's why you want a mobile home. You want to meet the world. You want the world to meet you. And it's doing it all day, every day. If we seem a little ramped up here, it's because this is easier than we've been making it sound. And you know why it doesn't feel as easy to you as we know it is? Because you're standing in manifestations that matter too much to you. You're standing in a place where what you got going as it is seen by others matters too much, when what matters to your inner being is how you're feeling. That's why you feel so great when you're really little and you've got nothing to your name. No mortgage, no title to any vehicle. You can't own anything. Everybody's renting. You're just currently rendezvousing with whatever's in your bag of marbles. A lot of it you put there without paying attention, but you care too much about the reaction that other marble holders are having to you. And if you could step back from that just a little bit, and today we'll help you do that.